So yes, welcome to the session, everyone. So today's topic is the medial aspect of the thigh. So today we will complete also the adductor region, which we have left out, adductor canal, an important short note for your theory examination. So we will cover up that also. Ajay Prashad, yeah. Good evening, dear. Good evening. Okay, everyone can hear me. Is the screen clear? So yes. So yes, we can start the session now. So starting with yeah, good evening, everyone. Shayani, Anita, everyone, good evening. So yes, this is the part 3 session of the lower limb series. So myself, Dr. Mona Lisa, and this is the unlock code which can be used by you for unlocking free sessions on the Unacademy platform. So you can use this for unlocking any free sessions which you want to unlock on the Unacademy platform. Okay. So yes. Okay, everyone, let's join. So, and then we can start the session. Okay, so yes, good evening. Yes, Sivang, good evening, dear. Let me just check it. Just a minute. Yeah, good evening, dear. Good evening. Okay. Yes, good evening, Falak. So I'm just checking this, just a second. I'm just checking this writing pad. Yeah. So let everyone join. Few seconds. I'm just checking this writing pad. Okay. Just a second. It doesn't happen, but I'm just checking it. Yeah, happy evening, dear. Yeah, good evening, dear. So everyone just wait for a few seconds. I think the connection is loose, so it will hardly take 1 minute or something. So I just want to connect it once more because the writing pad is not working. Okay, let me just check it. Okay. Yeah, okay, done. So yes, so myself, Dr. Mona Lisa, and the unlock code for those who are coming for the session for the first time is an at 10. So sorry for that 2 minutes. Please bear with me. Okay, the YouTube session is the 7:30 p.m. So I just want to give you a quick review about all my sessions and timing so that anyone who is interested is not missing this. 7:30 p.m. is the YouTube session. Let's crack NEET PG 21. Let's crack FMG session 9 p.m. Yes, Manish Singh. And 6 p.m. session is targeted for conceptual anatomy session. So these are all details. And the upcoming sessions, and this is the limited time offer for the iconic subscription where the merging of Unacademy and Prep Ladder is done. Again, you can use this code and add 10 if you want 10% discount. If you take 3 months of iconic subscription or boost your NEET PG preparation by taking Unacademy, so it will be getting 1 month additional absolutely free to you. Is it okay? Everyone can hear me? Everyone? So yes, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. So Saini, just check your connection. Everyone is telling that the audio is okay. So please refresh your connection once and then. Okay, and at 10 is the code which can be used for the various upcoming session, MBBS Prop 2nd and the 3rd. Also, Target NEET PG session is coming up. The image-based session is also coming up, is already started. So you can be the part of this session. This will be highly useful for you. 34,000 MCQs are on the platform of Unacademy. So avail this opportunity and be the part of these sessions. Download the Unacademy app. Mark your goal as NEET PG 2021, means NEET PG you have to mark. And if you want to take any of the subscription for targeting your entrance examination, you can take the subscription, you can enhance your preparation, and you can use the code and add 10 for 10% discount. So let's start with today's session. So before starting today's session, I just want what is the learning objective of today's session. So study session, adductor canal was not finished. So firstly, we will finish up with the adductor canal, then muscles. So I haven't given you the outline of muscles lying in the anterior aspect and muscles lying in the medial aspect. So actually lower limb muscles are big bulky muscle, and when your viva goes on, these muscles are always asked for identification and also for origin, insertion and action. So it is important that you can't miss out these muscles. So I will give you a quick review of all the muscles, and I will show you various diagrams. Also, I have included cadaveric images so that you will refresh your lower limb session. Most of you must be knowing this facts, but we can refresh it. So when we are talking about the session of adductor canal, the competency which can be achieved by studying the topic of adductor canal, this is a very important topic as for short notes. So either you can get a short notes, in that you have to make a beautiful diagram, well labeled diagram, and along with it you have to write the details of adductor canal. So which all point is very important for adductor canal, I will tell you. So let's start with that. Okay, so the first thing is that if you see adductor canal, it's actually this point where this triangular structure which you are seeing here. Okay, this triangular structure. This triangular structure which you are seeing is the femoral triangle. What is it? This is the femoral triangle. What is it? This is the apex of femoral triangle. This is the apex of femoral triangle. Okay, so from the apex of femoral triangle, a canal is starting, and this canal which is lying in the medial 1/3 of the thigh, this canal is called as adductor canal. Adductor canal, okay, and adductor canal is the continuation of femoral triangle. Actually, if you talk about adductor canal, it is forming a route for the vessels, for the femoral vessels to reach the popliteal region. Okay, femoral artery, femoral vessels will traverse through this region and ultimately will reach the popliteal region when traversing through the adductor canal region. Okay, so apex of the femoral triangle is the continuity for the adductor canal. The other name of femoral triangle, the other name of adductor canal is, so I think many of you must be knowing. So can anybody tell me? Yes, absolutely right, Saini Mandal. So Saini Mandal has given absolutely right. It's also called as Hunter's canal and subsartorial canal. So I would like to give you why it is subsartorial canal. I will tell you the reason why it is called as both. Okay, the reason why it is called as Hunter's canal, because who was the first to ligate? Actually, adductor canal reason is a very important reason for ligation of femoral vessels. Popliteal artery is an artery which is quite commonly dilated. Okay, so it's commonly a condition is called as, that is called as popliteal aneurysm. So what do you mean by the word aneurysm? Aneurysm, what do you mean by the word aneurysm of blood vessels, arteries and all? Anyone? Aneurysm of anyone want to give answer? What does it means? Okay, swelling. Okay, it means dilatation. It means dilatation of the blood vessel. Generally, one of the artery which is very, yes, blood vessel, it is one of the artery which is commonly dilated. Okay, it means expanded and dilated is the popliteal artery. So when the artery is getting dilated, so arteries, as you know, has got few elastic fibers. As you know, if you remember the histology session, everyone, Yeah. So yes, there is weakness of wall. Absolutely right. And what happens? It will, yes, if it is dilate. What will happen? The stretching capacity of the blood vessel will be reduced. Okay. We know that more strength and stretchness and elasticity is there in the elastic artery. For example, the arteries which is directly sprouting from heart, that is pulmonary trunk, ascending aorta, means big arteries, is called as elastic arteries, and so many elastic fibers are there, so stretching is possible. But when we are talking about smaller muscular artery, for example popliteal artery is a muscular artery only, so elastic fibers are there, but the quantity or the number of elastic fibers are less than that of elastic artery. So it got on stretch. Ultimately what will happen? It can burst. Okay, it can burst or perforate. So to prevent the perforation and all, what we can do, we can ligate the artery and suture it in the region of adductor canal. Why? So John Hunter was the first surgeon. He was a great anatomist and he was a great surgeon. He has done double PG both in anatomy and surgery part, and he was the first to operate femoral vessels, femoral artery for the reason of popliteal aneurysm. Okay, so thereafter everywhere in the world the same surgery was done and the result was very good. The other reason is subsartorial canal, because sartorius muscle is forming the roof or medial aspect, it is forming the roof for the adductor canal. So below this sartorial muscle there is nerve plexus. This is formed by 3 nerves. So I will come to that point. Let's start with the boundaries first. So I would like to describe firstly as a note. Actually, this is the sure short question which is coming in your examination. So you have to know this is an easy topic and a very important topic. Always asked in your examination. Many times this short notes has come. So please write down boundaries. Boundaries anteriorly. So anterior wall of adductor canal is formed by vastus medialis muscle. Okay, this is the anterior wall. When we are talking about posterior wall, the major muscle which is forming the posterior wall is adductor longus muscle, is the adductor longus muscle. But actually posterior to adductor longus muscle, we have also got adductor magnus muscle. So mainly by adductor longus, but also posterior aspect of posteriorly adductor magnus is also lying there. And roof of adductor canal or the medial wall of adductor canal is formed by sartorius muscle. Is formed by sartorius muscle. So this is the details of the boundaries of adductor canal, everyone. Now, we can appreciate the boundaries once we take the transverse section at the middle 1/3 of the thigh region. When we are taking transverse section in the middle 1/3 region of thigh, there we can see the boundaries very nicely in the transverse section, and that is the diagram which you have to make in your theory paper. So yes, write down in cross section or transverse section, adductor canal appears triangular. It appears triangular. Okay. Now, one more thing I just want to tell you. This has been asked many times in your examination, that what is subsartorial plex? Okay. So roof is formed by which muscle? Everyone is knowing what is the muscle forming roof? Which muscle? Sartorius muscle. Yes, absolutely right. Sartorius muscle is forming the roof. Below the sartorius muscle lies subsartorial nerve plexus. So it has been asked many times in your Viva examination and also in as a enumeration question, that subsartorial nerve plexus formed by which of the nerves? So it is formed by 3 nerves, and the nerves are, write down the name of the nerves. The nerves are medial cutaneous nerve of thigh, medial cutaneous nerve of thigh, the second one is saphenous nerve, branch of femoral nerve, posterior division. Saphenous nerve, branch of femoral nerve. And the third is anterior division of obturator nerve. So these are the three nerves which is together forming subsartorial nerve plexus, and this is the reason that adductor canal is also called as, subsartorial canal. Subsartorial canal. It's also called as subsartorial canal. Now, one more point is important. What is the extent of adductor canal? So it is extending from apex of femoral triangle to tendinous opening of the adductor magnus muscle. So here you can write down extent of adductor canal. So what is the extent? It is extending from apex of femoral triangle to tendinous opening of adductor magnus muscle. Adductor magnus muscle. Okay, adductor magnus muscle. So the next important point, which is important, that as we know, it is located in the middle 1/3 of the thigh. The content. Okay, so let me, before writing the content, I would like to show you this diagram. So this is one view in which you can see anterior aspect of the thigh, and this is the cross section. And as I told you, in the transverse section or cross section, the whole outline of adductor region, is triangular. So this triangular region which you are seeing is the adductor region. So here the same thing which I told you, medially it is bounded by which structure? Medially it is bounded by sartorius, posteriorly by adductor longus and adductor magnus, anterolaterally, more specifically, it is bounded by vastus medialis. The content are nerve to vastus medialis, femoral artery and vein, and saphenous nerve. So these are important contents. Other than that, few more contents are there, like the branches, descending branch of femoral artery, there is saphenous nerve, there is anterior and posterior division of obturator nerve. So whole list of structures which is lying there, I will give you enumerated. Now, my dear friends, you just see here, this is the sartorius muscle which is forming the roof, and below it, what you can see, below it, here is the nerve plexus which is located below it, and these nerve plexus are called as subsartorial nerve plexus. What is it called as? It is called as subsartorial nerve plexus. Also, you can see here vastus medialis anterolaterally, adductor longus posteriorly, and sartorius is forming the roof. The contents are femoral vessels, saphenous nerve, and nerve to vastus medialis. So yes, I will show you the cadaveric image also. Before that, please write down the content. So please everyone, write down the content of adductor canal. Content of adductor canal. So all of you do practice the diagram for the content also, because it is definitely coming in your examination. It's a very important topic. It contains femoral artery. It contains femoral vein. Ma'am, is the Siddiqui, is the fiber separating anterior is also bounding adductor canal? Okay. So everyone can listen nicely, see the screen. Any problem? Please give me a thumbs up if the screen is clear and you can listen to me. Voice is okay? So, okay. So, voice is okay. So, those who are getting slight problem, I think their net must be slow. So, check the speed of net. Okay. So, just refresh your connection of the net. Okay. Don't worry. So, you just refresh it. Okay. So, yes, most of the students are telling they can nicely see the screen. Okay. Ma'am, is the fibrous septa anterior to sartorius is also bounding adductor canal? No. Only the sartorius muscle is overlapping it. Actually, when you want to dissect and see the adductor region, you have to just retract the sartorius muscle. I will show you the cadaveric image then. So we can tell that actually it is exactly not over the roof, but it is medially founding it. And as we can't see with the adductor region, if we are not retracting sartorius muscle, so it is designated at roof. Okay, femoral vein, saphenous nerve, okay, saphenous nerve, nerve to vastus medialis, nerve to vastus medialis, and also we have got anterior posterior division of obturator nerve line there, and descending genicular branch of femoral artery. So completing it, so more of it, I will come to this image also. So write down, also it contains anterior and posterior division of obturator nerve. And also it contains, which is the sixth point, it also contains descending genicular branch of femoral artery. Saphenous nerve. Okay, I have written by mistake. Saphenous nerve is there. Sorry, it's saphenous nerve. It's saphenous nerve. So once more, femoral artery, femoral vein, saphenous nerve, nerve to vastus medialis, anterior and posterior division of obturator nerve, descending genicular branch of femoral artery. Is it clear? I have written. So I think, is it clear? I'm also speaking up. So so is it clear? Okay. So after that, I want to show you few cadaveric images of the adductor canal region. Okay, so let's see that images also. Okay, so see here, this is a cadaveric plastinated cadaveric specimen in which you can see the adductor canal region. So yes, this is the adductor canal region. Okay, this area, as you can see, is of this gap. Can you see here? This opening which is shown is the adductor region. So actually, sartorius muscle is just retracted to show you, but adductor region will be overlapped. Okay, so here, my dear friend, you can appreciate this muscle. Okay, this muscle, what is this muscle? This is vastus medialis muscle. So my dear friend, vastus medialis muscle is forming which boundary? Anterolateral boundary. It is forming anterolateral boundary. Okay, now if you see, so now the student who was asking about sartorius muscle, now you can exactly see this strap like muscle. What is this muscle? This is sartorius muscle, and this muscle has to be retracted. So this is SAR, I am writing here, sartorius muscle. Okay, this is sartorius muscle, and this muscle, can you appreciate? Sartorius muscle is like a roof. It is appearing like a roof. It is obliquely over it, and it is covering the region below. So it is like a roof which is covering this region. So yes, sartorius muscle is here, which is forming its cover. And we have got the contents also, which can be visualized here. So here you can visualize the saphenous nerve. So this nerve, which, can you see this nerve? This is the nerve. This is the saphenous nerve. Okay. This is the saphenous nerve. This is the saphenous. And close to saphenous nerve is the femoral artery. Close to saphenous nerve is the femoral artery. So this artery, this is the femoral artery. Femoral artery, saphenous nerve, and this is the whole canal of adduct. So in this diagram, they have kept the walls nicely. If you want to go inside and see more structure, you have to dissect a part of sartorius muscle. Why? Because sartorius muscle is forming the roof. So once you remove the sartorius muscle, inside structure is more evident. Okay, but here also many of the structures you can see here, as you can see in the diagram. Now, one more I have, so this is the adductor canal region which is shown here. One more diagram here. This is again a cadaveric image. Here you can see the adductor canal. So this area, everyone see this area which is shown here, this area is of adductor region, and I will again show you the important structures lying there. So firstly, let me show you this red color, a prominent structure which I am showing with red color. This is femoral artery. This structure is the femoral artery which is lying inside. Okay, this is the femoral artery. Got it? Nerve to vastus medialis. This is close to it. This is the nerve to vastus medialis which is lying here. This one. This is, so let me use this color. This is nerve to vastus medialis. This is nerve to vastus medialis. And posteriorly, actually vein is slightly posterior in this region. So a part of vein is also being seen here, and this part which you are seeing close to femoral artery, this is femoral vein. So see here, femoral vessels and nerve to vastus medialis. As I told you, this is the content, and you can see the content here. Very nicely, you can see the content here. Okay. Now, which muscle is retracted, my dear friends? Sartorius muscle. Can you see? This is the outline of sartorius muscle, which is retracted downwards. As you can see, it is retracted, and so that you can visualize the reason. So very nicely, now you can appreciate that this is forming the roof. This is forming the roof. Okay. And in the lower aspect, what you can see here, one more content is seen here. This is the saphenous nerve. Okay, part of it is also seen. Saphenous nerve is also seen here. This is the saphenous nerve. So all these contents has been shown. And vastus medialis, very nicely you can see here. This is the fibers of vastus medialis, which is forming anterolateral wall. So this is forming anterolateral wall. Roof is formed by sartorius muscle, and the structure which is lying posteriorly is adductor group of muscle, mainly adductor longus, and more posterior to it is adductor magnus. Okay, so anterolateral wall, roof, and the content is visualized. The content is visualized. So everyone, is the adductor region clear to you? This was the view from frontal aspect. This was the view after being retracted. Okay, clear? So yes, okay, many students are telling, is it clear? So very good. Can we start the new topic, that is the muscles? Okay, so muscles of anterior compartment. So actually, the important muscles of anterior compartment of thigh is rectus femoris, vastus medialis, vastus lateralis, sartorius, pectineus. Actually, pectineus we will see, we will discuss. Pectineus is a muscle which is a muscle for the medial aspect also. Okay, it's a part of it is seen in the anterior aspect. So why not psoas and iliacus muscle? Actually, psoas and iliacus muscle is coming from the lumbar region, and it is the muscle which is actually inserting into lesser trochanter, but properly they are not the muscle of lower limb. So muscles of anterior compartment, the group of muscles are quadriceps femoris. What are the group of muscle which is considered? Quadriceps femoris muscle. So quadriceps femoris muscle is containing 4 muscles: vastus medialis, vastus lateralis, rectus femoris, vastus intermedius, and sartorius muscle, and also tensor fascia lata. Okay, so we will also tensor fascia lata. So these are the muscles, tensor fascia lata. Okay, so let's discuss. So what I will do, I will explain you, I will write the important points. In the books, it is given so much of details, and for you as being in first year MBBS, at times it becomes very difficult to memorize each and every muscle attachments. But the point which is at most important and you should not miss out, I will give you that. So it will reduce, it will brief that. What is given in the book, it will be brief of that. So don't worry. So let's start with the, so this is again a model. This is a plastinated model of anterior compartment muscle, my dear friends. So once more, I want to show you the muscles, and then I will proceed with the individual muscle. So the muscle of anterior compartment of thigh. So this is, the muscles are rectus femoris. Okay. We have got vastus lateralis. We have got vastus medialis. And we have got vastus intermedius. So why vastus intermedius is not seen in this diagram? Can anybody tell me why vastus intermedius is not seen in this diagram? Anybody wants to reply? Vastus intermedius is not visible. It's also a muscle of anterior compartment of thigh. Oh yeah, overlapped just behind sartorius. No, better answer, better answer. Overlapped by which muscle? Overlapped by which muscle? Not exactly sartorius. Which muscle? Vastus medialis, mainly overlapped by which part? Rectus femoris. Yes, who is this? Aman Kumar Sagar Patel, absolutely right. Yes, rectus femoris is the muscle, means which is a major part. It is covering of vastus intermedius muscle. Now, my dear friend, this is a question of first general anatomy. So, can anybody tell me rectus femoris is morphologically example of which muscle? Rectus femoris is morphologically example of which group of muscle? This is a general anatomy question. First few chapters which you must have studied. Can anybody tell me? Rectus femoris is example of? Yes, Aman Kumar is absolutely right. And Siddiqui Falak, absolutely right. It's an example of bipinnate muscle. And those who have forgotten bipinnate muscle, I would want to revise it. Now, my dear friends, please see this rectus femoris muscle. Can you see? These are the muscle fibers of rectus femoris muscle. Now, can you appreciate it is bipinnate? If I go and outline only rectus femoris muscle, can you see it is appearing like a feather? Everyone. Yes. So it is an example of bipinnate muscle. It's an example of bipinnate muscle. So yes, other than that, the other muscle, so one of the muscle is vastus intermedius, which is deeper aspect, it is located. Other to it, we have got sartorius muscle. So actually, these are the basic important muscle and also a part of tensor fascia lata on the lateral aspect. So all these muscles are the muscles of anterior compartment of thigh. So when your viva start, they start with asking you the name of the muscle, and the next point is origin, insertion, action and nerve supply. So one of the cadaveric image, one of the again cadaveric image I have included here. So let's see once more. So on the lateral aspect, which muscle can you see? Which is going and inserting in which structure? First class of lower limb. In tensor fascia lata is inserting into which structure? Yes, tensor fascia lata is the muscle which is shown here. So can anybody tell me tensor fascia lata, which is the lateral muscle, it is inserting into which structure? So Aman Singh and Falak and Sagar Patel, very nice. Iliotibial tract. Yes, this was told to you in the first session. Yes, iliotibial tract. Okay, when we will proceed with the lower limb, like we have completed here. Yes, absolutely right, Nilesh Ahmed. It's iliotibial tract. Siddiqui, absolutely right. It's Siani Zana, absolutely right. So when we will proceed with the sessions of lower limb, you can interconnect the previous things also. So why it is important? You should not miss out the session because the sessions are interlinked to each other. It's not like that if you are knowing all the sessions are interconnected to each other. So if lower limb series are going on, so do attend it in a successive manner so that you can't miss out any point. So yes, the other muscles which you see here in the diagram it's a plastic, it's a cadaveric image. So this is the vastus lateralis muscle. Okay, this is the rectus femoris, part of rectus femoris muscle, and this strap, this is example of which muscle? Study, I told you, it's an example of morphologically which muscle? Strap muscle. Okay, rectus femoris strap muscle. And also pectineus is considered as the muscle of both the group. We can consider, but more in the medial group I will consider it. Okay, so these are the cadaveric image, and this is the femoral triangle. The content has been shown. The femoral artery is shown. The femoral nerves has been shown. Okay, so done with this. Now, one more cadaveric image I have included here, in which deeper dissection has been done. Why deeper dissection, my dear friends? Why deeper dissection? So that you can see the muscles more nicely. So which muscle is dissected out here? Which muscle is cutted out? The muscle which is dissected out to have a clear picture is the sartorius muscle, the strap muscle. So here the sartorius muscle has been removed. Yes, absolutely right. So here the sartorius muscle has been dissected out, strap muscle. And now you can clearly view here also a part of lateral aspect muscle has been retracted. This is tensor fascia lata. This is sartorius muscle. This is the rectus femoris. This is vastus lateralis. This muscle is vastus lateralis. See the cadaveric images number of times, rectus femoris, and this is vastus medialis. So these fibers are of vastus medialis. These fibers are of is vastus medialis, as you can see. And one more thing you can appreciate here, that all these muscle, vastus lateralis, rectus femoris, so if you will appreciate nicely, it will slightly sewn like a bipinnate here. So the fibers are bipinnate. So yes, the fibers of rectus femoris muscle is bipinnate. Yes. So all these muscles are going towards patella. Can everybody appreciate muscles? That is quadriceps femoris muscle, which is a group of 4 muscles, and these muscles are going towards which region? Base of patella. They are all going toward base of patella. Also, few muscles of medial aspect or compartment is also shown. This is the adductor longus muscle. This is a part of gracilis muscle has been shown, and the nerves vessels has been shown. So we can clearly see here the vein, that is femoral vein. We can see the femoral artery here, and we can see the nerves. Got it? Ligamentum patellae. Yeah, ligamentum patellae is the important patella which is residing over to the patella, and these are all also supporting as a accessory ligament for the knee joint. Yes, going towards. So all together you can see quadriceps tendon is attaching to that of the base of patella. So my dear friends, after seeing so much of images, let's move on to the origin insertion of muscles of anterior aspect of thigh. So let's start with the first important muscle, sartorius muscle. Actually, sartorius muscle is the muscle which is very important for your viva, and lower limb ka viva start from the sartorius muscle. Starts from sartorius. What is the origin point? Anterior superior iliac spine. Okay, anterior superior iliac spine, where it is inserting pex anserine. To be more specific, it is insertion is in which bone? Can anybody tell me? You can see here, which bone is it? Tibia. Yes, absolutely right. It is the posterior aspect of, it is inserting into medial surface of, upper medial surface of tibia. Upper medial aspect of tibia. Actually, why the word pex anserine has been noted? Can anybody tell me why the word pex anserine has been located? Because at this position, 3 muscles are inserting. What are the 3 muscles which is inserting at the same point? 3 muscles inserting at the same point. Yeah, there is a bursa also lying, which is in relation to these 3 muscles. Yes, absolutely right, Sagar. Yes, sartorius, gracilis, and semitendinosus, SGS. Yes, SGS is a medical college also. Yes, SGS. So it is called as pex anserine because these 3 muscle is having origin from 3 different areas. Okay, sartorius from anterior superior iliac spine. Okay, we have gracilis. Okay, and we have got semitendinosus from the ischial tuberosity, and we have got gracilis from the ischiopubic ramus, and all these structures are ultimately is inserting into pex anserine. Guy rope muscle. Yes, if you will see a tent, you can see tent has got an apex, a point that is apex where 3 structures are commonly lying, but their tripod kind of structure you can understand. So the tripod or the base of it is lying apart from each other. So same thing is here. The origin is 3 different points, but insertion is at the same point. So absolutely. So origin insertion I'm not going to write. Let's discuss about the nerve supply. Nerve supply is by which nerve? So a nerve supply is by femoral nerve. Which branch of femoral nerve? Anterior division of femoral nerve. Anterior division of femoral nerve. Okay. What is the action? Action is very important. Very important. Yes, Sivank is absolutely right. Action of the muscle is very important. What is the action? The action is, it is causing flexion of hip and knee. So how we are going to remember the action of sartorius muscle? Because you can just make a palthi, Taylor's muscle. You can sit like a palthi position. Many you must be knowing Hindi. Some of the students from, so Hindi mein sabko pata hai what is called as palthi. Palthi, yes. So yes, most of you. So yes, Palthi position is called as Taylor's position. Earlier times, tailors used to sit in that position. So it is causing flexion of hip and knee, and it is also causing, it is also rotating the thigh laterally. So it also slightly adducts and rotates the thigh laterally. Rotates the thigh laterally. Okay. So sitting in Palthi position, or you can say Taylor's muscle. Absolutely right. So we have done with this. Yes. You just make a Palthi, so you can see that it is laterally rotating. No, thigh ko to laterally rotate kar raha hai. I am talking about hip joint. So you just make a Palthi. It is rotating laterally. You make a Palthi and sit. So that is lateral rotation. Now coming to the next one, the next muscle is tensor fascia lata. Tensor fascia lata. So origin is from outer lip of the iliac crest. Outer lip of iliac crest. So it is starting from anterior superior iliac spine, not exactly origin. So origin is from outer lip of iliac crest. The level is anterior superior iliac spine to tubercle of the crest. Approximately tubercle of the crest is lying 5 centimeter behind anterior superior iliac spine. Got it? This is the origin, outer lip of iliac crest, and from anterior superior iliac spine to iliac tubercle of the crest. And where is insertion? Everybody knows insertion is in iliotibial tract. Insertion iliotibial tract. Okay, iliotibial tract. Now one thing more. Yeah, absolutely right. What is the nerve supply? Can anybody tell me nerve supply? Tensor fascia lata, what is the nerve supply? Yes, absolutely right. It's the superior gluteal nerve. So one of the question is asked that it is superior gluteal nerve, and you must be knowing superior gluteal nerve is the nerve of gluteal region. Superior gluteal nerve is the nerve of gluteal region. So actually, morphologically, it has migrated. This muscle has migrated from gluteal region and to the lateral aspect of thigh. This means the tensor fascia lata muscle is migrated from gluteal region to lateral aspect of thigh. To lateral aspect of thigh. So this is the reason, and when it is migrating, it is traversing along with which nerve? Superior gluteal nerve. It is traversing along with superior gluteal nerve. Yes, so we will come with what is the action? What is the action? It is causing, so one of the student has told me also, okay, abduction of hip. It is causing abduction of hip. And it helps in maintaining extended position of knee joint. It helps in maintaining extended position of knee joint through iliotibial tract. Okay, so here I have written it is causing abduction of hip, maintaining extended position of the knee through iliotibial tract. So now let's move on to the muscles of anterior compartment of thigh. So we have done two muscles in this category, sartorius and tensor fascia lata we have done. The next muscle which I want to tell you is the other muscle of anterior aspect. So here you can see rectus femoris. Okay, rectus femoris bipinnate muscle, and when the rectus femoris muscle has been removed, inside you can see vastus intermedius. Yes, sure. On the inner aspect, yes, yes dear. Okay, on the inner aspect, when the rectus femoris muscle is removed, on the inner aspect you can see vastus intermedius muscle, and also you can appreciate the vastus lateralis and vastus medialis. So all these muscles we will study one by one. Okay, one by one. So you can see one thing is clear. So all these muscles are arising from different areas as above, but every muscle is going towards which bone? Patella. They are going towards the patella bone. So let's see. Patella bone is an example of which type of bone? Patella bone. Sesamoid. Yes, it's an example of sesamoid bone. Okay. Which layer of bone is absent in sesamoid bone? Which layer of bone, histological layer of bone is absent in sesamoid bone? Perosteum. Yes, absolutely right. Yes, perosteum is absent. Okay, absolutely right. So let's move on to the first. So I would like to firstly tell you about rectus femoris muscle. So actually rectus femoris muscle has got two head. One is straight head and the other is reflected head. Straight head is originating from upper half of anterior inferior iliac spine, and reflected head is originating from groove above acetabulum. So this is about origin. This is about origin. Yes, just above the acetabulum, there is a groove which is lying here. That you can say there is gluteal line, there is inferior gluteal line, and below that, that area above the acetabulum, rectus femoris muscle, reflected head originate. Yes, Nilesh Anand. And insertion, base of patella. Insertion is occurring in the base of patella. Insertion, base of patella. Okay, done with this. Now let's move on with the further. So yes, origin, insertion done. Rectus femoris. Next point about rectus femoris to be known is the nerve supply and action. So nerve supply is again femoral nerve only by posterior division. Action is, so all the quadriceps femoris muscle, all the quadriceps femoris muscle, what action it causes? So you can just extend your knee. Everyone extend your knee and you can feel the tightness in your anterior muscle. Okay. Yes. If you just extend your knee, what you can feel tightness in the anterior aspect of the muscle group, that is quadriceps femoris. So it is causing extension. Okay. So it is causing flexion of hip and extension of knee joint. Okay, so this action and nerve supply, so the action and nerve supply is common. So what I can say, the action and nerve supply is common for all quadriceps femoris muscle. So you can write down in one line, quadriceps femoris muscle, that is consist of four, that is vastus intermedius, vastus medialis, vastus lateralis, and rectus femoris. All these muscle nerve supply is posterior division of femoral nerve, and action is extension of knee. Powerful extensor of knee. They are powerful extensors of knee and also causes slight flexion of hip. Okay, so this is about quadriceps femoris. One of the muscle we have finished, that is the rectus femoris. Again, we have got three more muscle in this group. So write down about the next one. Which one is the next? So next is write down about vastus lateralis. Vastus lateralis muscle origin. So how you can remember its origin? Okay, sure, dear Akshay Gupta, sure. How you can remember the origin and all? You can remember the origin by actually there is an linea aspera. So if it is lateralis, it is from the lateral border of femur and lateral aspect of linea aspera. So yes, so write down vastus lateralis origin. Yes, starting point is greater trochanter. Yes, absolutely right. So it is the upper half of intertrochanteric line. So vastus lateralis is originating from upper half of intertrochanteric line. Also from the lateral lip of gluteal tuberosity, Those who have understood the bone nicely, they will remember the muscle origin insertion very nicely. And upper half of lateral lip of linea aspera. Lateral lip of linea aspera. Moving to insertion. Absolutely right, patella. Yes, insertion is also all the muscles in the patella, but one point is important. It is inserting into patella and upper 1/3 of the lateral border of patella. Upper 1/3 of the lateral border of patella. So this is about insertion. Upper 1/3 of the lateral border of patella. It is going towards the base of patella and also towards upper 1/3 of the lateral border of patella. So I'm not writing action and nerve supply because that is common. Okay, only origin insertion is from different area. So yes, we have done with the vastus lateralis. In this, we have covered up the first one, that is was rectus femoris. The second one is vastus lateralis. And what about the third, vastus medialis? So the third is vastus medialis. Origin is, so yes, if you will see vastus lateralis, it is from the upper half of intertrochanteric line. If we go for vastus medialis, it is from the lower half of intertrochanteric line. So write down vastus medialis from the lower half of intertrochanteric line of femur. Okay, this is the one origin. The other point is also from the spiral line continuing downwards. Also, it will originate, if it is medialis, it will originate from medial lip of the linea aspera. Lateralis was from lateral lip, it will originate from the medial lip of linea aspera. And also from upper 2/3 of medial supracondylar ridge. So that means vastus medialis is going lower down. The origin is much more area. So upper 2/3 of medial supracondylar line. Supracondylar line. Got it? What about insertion? So this is also important because insertion is more, it is inserting in more area of the patella. So inserting into the base of patella and to the medial border of patella. So upper 2/3 of the patella. It is going towards the patella, that is upper 2/3 of the border of patella medially. 2/3 of the medial border of patella. Upper 2/3 of medial border of patella. Covers more area, means it is giving more support to patella. So patella can't be deviated more to the lateral aspect. Why? Because it is having more support on medial aspect by vastus medialis muscle. So this is the clinical aspect related to the topic, so that it is not letting the patella to be moved laterally. Okay, it is giving a better grip to patella. Now the fourth muscle in this category is vastus intermedius. So yes, I will also tell you about articular genu. I want to tell you about vastus intermedius. Yeah, okay, vastus intermedius. Okay, I will rub this right down here. Vastus intermedius. VI for vastus intermedius. Okay, so vastus intermedius. Okay, yeah, afterward I will get. Okay, this is the fourth muscle and this is vastus intermedius. So actually when you will see the femur bone, the whole 3/4, upper 3/4 of the anterior and lateral aspect of the shaft is whole covered by vastus intermedius. So it is attached on upper anterior 3/4, upper anterior and lateral 3/4 of the shaft of femur. So it is having a wide origin. Okay, and insertion base of patella. Insertion is base of patella. So yes, we have finished with all the muscles as we have done here. The most and all the muscles has been finished. But I want to tell you a small muscle also is lying there that is called as articular genu. So yes, let me show you a diagram of that small muscle. Okay, see here. This is a small muscle which is called as articularis genu. Okay, articularis genu is arising from the lower aspect of the anterior aspect of the femur, and it is inserting into the knee joint, synovial membrane of knee joint. So articular genu, so write down articularis genu. It's a small muscle. Origin, what about the origin? It is originating from anterior surface of lower part of shaft of femur. By seeing more and more images and practicing this, seeing the images, you will not forget, and this will helpful for you in identifying the muscle in your Viva examination. Where does this articular genu insert? So write down, insertion of articular genu is in the synovial membrane. It inserts into the synovial membrane of knee joint. So this is related with synovial membrane of the knee joint, and this is related with the action. So what will be the action? The action will be, it pulls up the synovial membrane of knee joint. It pull up synovial membrane of knee joint. During the extension, what it does, it pulls up the synovial membrane of knee joint, and the nerve supply is femoral nerve. What is the nerve supply? Femoral nerve. Okay, so yes, direct blow, mainly Swani, that is the direct blow onto the patella at times causes the deviation. Okay, direct blow is there, and generally it was having transverse features, and internal fixation and screw binding can be done, and the result is good. Okay, now let's move on to the muscles of medial compartment. So another 15 minutes I will take. Everyone, is it okay? 15 minutes more the session. Everyone okay? Okay, so medial muscles, the muscles are medial group. We have got pectineus, adductor brevis, gracilis, adductor longus, magnus, and here no problem, 20 minutes. Okay. Yeah, so no, not much more, because I have to start another session. So yes, these are the muscles of medial compartment of thigh, as you can see here. Adductor group of muscle, adductor longus, adductor brevis, adductor magnus, pectineus, and gracilis. Now I want to, this is a diagram, this is a cadaveric image. So firstly, I want to show you the muscles in the cadaveric image. So here you can appreciate the muscle. So one of the muscle which is forming floor also, this muscle is also forming floor of femoral triangle. This is pectineus muscle. This muscle is pectineus muscle. Adjacent to pectineus on the medial aspect, you can see the adductor longus muscle also. This part, okay, so you can just see the part which is reflected. Why the adductor longus muscle has been reflected? It is lying just medial to it, but it is reflected so that we can see other adductor group of muscle lying beneath it. Actually, when you see adductor group of muscle, you have to do dissection in layers. So when you will reflect adductor longus inside, you can clear view of adductor brevis muscle will be there, and if you further dissect inside, you will get adductor magnus muscle. So see here, adductor longus muscle is reflected, and below it you can see the nerve of this compartment. Which nerve? Obturator nerve. Which nerve is this? This nerve is obturator nerve. Obturator nerve has been seen. This obturator nerve you can see here. This is the obturator nerve running, and beneath the adductor longus muscle, the muscle which you can see here, this is the adductor brevis muscle and a part of adductor magnus. Actually, adductor magnus muscle is also having another part, that is the hamstring part. So this muscle is adductor magnus muscle. So this muscle is adductor magnus muscle. So can you see these are the muscles of adductor compartment or medial compartment of thigh. So we can appreciate the muscle in the cadaveric image. Now the next point is that we have to see these structures and study origin insertion. So this is a diagram which is students' Gray's Anatomy. You can see here the important muscles: pectineus, very nice diagram, pectineus muscle, adductor brevis muscle, adductor longus muscle, and gracilis muscle also being shown. Okay, so let's describe one by one the each of this muscle. So I would like to start the muscle name you already know. We will describe here adductor longus, adductor brevis, adductor magnus. Okay, adductor magnus, gracilis, and also I will describe pectineus muscle. So these are basically muscle which I am going to describe in this group. So let's start one by one. So first muscle which I want to explain here is the adductor brevis muscle. Okay, this adductor guy rope muscles. Okay, three muscles are there which is called as guy rope muscles. Okay, Falak, three muscles, guy rope muscle. Okay, so guy rope muscles, three muscles. One is semitendinosus, other is sartorius muscle, and the other is gracilis muscle. Okay, so actually these three muscle is originating from three different areas. Okay, we have got these three muscle originating from three different areas. SGS. So semitendinosus muscle is from ischial tuberosity. I am writing in small just to make you understand, Falak. Sartorius is from anterior superior iliac spine. Gracilis is from where? Gracilis is from mainly from the ramus of pubis. It is from ischiopubic ramus. So it is originating from both pubic ramus and the ischium ramus. So both the ramus, ischiopubic ramus. Okay. So you can see that three origins are ST means semitendinosus from ischial tuberosity, sartorius from anterior superior iliac spine, and gracilis from ischiopubic ramus. So this is originating from three different area of hip bone. Okay, three different area of the hip bone, like a tent. You must have seen tent has got one point at the apex and they have got three tripod like structure at different structures. So origin is from three different area, but insertion of guy ropes is at the medial aspect of tibia. Upper part of tibia means insertion of these three muscle is at a similar point, and that similar area is medial aspect of tibia. So these are called as guy rope muscle. Okay, and there is bursa which is lying below this, and that is called pex anserine bursa. The bursa which is located below it is called as pex anserine bursa. So done with this. Now let's move with the muscle. Where were we? Where we were in the adductor brevis muscle. So let me just complete this. Clear? Okay, great. So yes, now let's move on to the adductor brevis muscle. So this is the brevis muscle which is shown here. This is the brevis muscle which is shown here, adductor brevis muscle. Okay, now by seeing this diagram, it becomes easy for you to understand. So origin will be, origin of adductor brevis muscle is from anterior aspect of body of pubis. Anterior aspect of, you can see here it is originating from which bone? Pubis bone. Anterior aspect of body of pubis. Anterior aspect of pubis bone. And also from outer ramus of both ischium and pubis. Ischium and pubis. So you can say part of ischium is also involved and part of pubis is also involved. So this is about origin. Where it is inserting, as you can see, it is inserting below lesser trochanter. Can you see here? What is this? LT. LT means lesser trochanter. So insertion, write down, insertion is occurring through a line extending below, which is the area. So you can see here, the line is extending below. If I mark it a line, the line is extending below lesser trochanter. The line is extending below lesser trochanter to upper part of linea aspera. To upper part of linea aspera. So is it okay? Origin insertion, this much is only needed, not more than that. Adductor brevis muscle origin insertion done. Okay. Now, adductor brevis muscle, nerve supply of adductor brevis muscle. Obturator nerve, absolutely right. Adductor brevis muscle. Now, I just want to add on one point, Nitesh Ahmed. Actually, the adductor brevis muscle is having innervation from both anterior. Sometimes it take innervation from anterior division of obturator nerve, and sometimes it is taking innervation from posterior division of obturator nerve. So that means adductor brevis can get innervation from either anterior or posterior division. Okay, anterior or posterior division. And one more thing is important about adductor group of muscle. So of the three adductor group of muscle altogether, can I write it? We have got adductor brevis, we have got adductor longus, we have got adductor magnus. Yes, adductor magnus is a hybrid. No, adductor brevis is not a hybrid muscle. Sagar, please don't get confused with that. Adductor brevis is not an example of hybrid muscle because both are obturator nerve only. So it is not a hybrid muscle. Adductor magnus is a hybrid muscle. Two different sources. Don't confuse with that. Now, I just want to tell action of these three muscles together: adductor brevis, adductor longus, and adductor magnus. So all these three all these three muscles of this group are powerful adductors of thigh. They are powerful adductors of thigh. And also adductor brevis and adductor longus and upper part of adductor magnus muscle, if you will see, they also helps in flexion of thigh. They also helps in flexion of thigh. Okay. So this is the action of all the adductor group of muscle. Flexion, absolutely right, Anand, absolutely right. Now moving on to the next muscle, that is adductor magnus muscle. So you can see here this magnus muscle, a part of magnus muscle is also going down and it is inserting into adductor tubercle. Okay, sorry, yeah, please write down. Yeah. Yes. So now starting with the adductor magnus muscle. Adductor magnus muscle is having two parts. One part is adductor compartment muscle and the other part is hamstring. Hamstring part is originating from ischial tuberosity. So this is the region. Yes, muscles and adductor region, adductor canal. That topic I think you must have you have joined late. I think Sagar Patel. So we have covered one topic of adductor canal also, which was remaining. And today we are covering up. We have already covered anterior group muscle and now medial group muscle. Okay, so tomorrow topic will be some reason, and then I will include few muscles, not all muscles at a time, because it will become a very stretching part, muscles and all. So we will include one topic, one muscle, one topic and one group of muscle. Okay, today one topic and two group of muscles I have included. So muscles zyada ho jata hai. Is it okay? So that ways we will do. Okay, so and from tomorrow, basically important topics like hip joint, knee joint, arches of foot, and popliteal region. So important topics will be done, and these muscles are very important. So I have discussed this in detail. These are always asked, so I have discussed these muscles in detail. Okay, so two group of muscles are there: adductor and hamstring, part of adductor magnus muscle. So origin hamstring part, if you will see the hamstring part, it is originating from infralateral part of ischial tuberosity. So which part of ischial tuberosity? We know that all the hamstring muscle is originating from ischial tuberosity. So hamstring part is from ischial tuberosity, infralateral part of ischial tuberosity. And also if we talk about the adductor part, so adductor, this is the origin of which part? Hamstring part. If we talk about adductor part, it is originating from ramus of ischium and inferior ramus of pubis. Inferior ramus of pubis. So yes. And if you see the insertion point, what you can see, it is inserting into the medial aspect of the gluteal tuberosity, and it is going towards the linea aspera medial supracondylar line. A part of it is also inserting in the adductor tubercle. That is the ischial part. So write down about insertion also. So write down insertion. Insertion of adductor magnus muscle. Adductor magnus muscle. So insertion of adductor magnus muscle. So everyone please write it. Insertion is onto the medial margin of gluteal tuberosity. Also in the linea aspera. Also in the medial supracondylar ridge. Medial supracondylar ridge. Condylar ridge or line, and also going towards the adductor tubercle, going till the level of adductor tubercle. So this is the insertion point. So it is reaching lower down, it is going till the level of adductor tubercle. Medial margin of gluteal tuberosity, linea aspera, medial supracondylar line, and reaching till the level of adductor tubercle. So one of the important point is there. So yes, what is about its nerve supply? So write down, first thing, adductor magnus muscle is an example of hybrid muscle. What do you mean by hybrid muscle? The muscle having dual nerve supply. So it's an example of hybrid or composite muscle, the muscle which is having dual nerve supply. So it's adductor part. If we talk about the adductor part of the muscle is getting innervation from obturator nerve. Adductor part is getting innervation from posterior division of obturator nerve. Posterior division of obturator nerve. And if we talk about hamstring part or ischial part, so hamstring part is getting innervation from tibial component of sciatic nerve. Tibial component of sciatic nerve. Okay. So my dear students, 2-3 muscles are remaining, but I will just brief you about my upcoming session, and we will start exactly tomorrow at the same time, because the thing is that I have to take another session in quick succession. So that is the point. Before ending the session, those who are new to the platform, I just want to tell that you can use the code ANAT10 for unlocking free sessions on the Unacademy platform. And my dear friends, at the 7:30 p.m. just now, I am going to start YouTube sessions. The YouTube session is about Let's Crack NEET PG 2021. The 9 p.m. session is dedicated to FMG 2021. Thanks, dear Ajay. And conceptual anatomy for my dear first year students and those who are appearing for next examination. 6 p.m. is the timing. So exactly tomorrow I will take one joint, one important joint, maybe hip or knee. Okay, I will update you. And then we will have the other reason, and these 2-3 muscles, I think adductor longus is remaining, pectineus is remaining, and gracilis. So just it will take another 10 minutes, and then we will start with one of the important joint. Yes, thank you so much, everyone. Saini, Siddiqui, Ajay Prashad, Divanchi, okay, everyone. Aman, Litish, Falak, Pranay, Ghosh, everyone. So thanks to everyone. Actually, yeah. So we will again meet at the same time only. And these are the schedules. So those who are new to the platform, they can use the code. Those your friends, colleagues, all those who want to take the opportunity of attending free sessions, they can sure be the part of these sessions. So you can tell your friends and colleagues, so join here, because I want to continue this free session, which will be helpful for you. Unlock code is ANAT10, and today I am going with the 10th session of NEET PG. Okay, 7:30 p.m. and exactly 9 p.m. time I have dedicated for FMG. Yes, thanks to everyone. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to everyone. All the best. And you can just follow me on the Unacademy app so that you can get updates of my free session. So you can just follow me on the Unacademy app so that your session is not missed out. Okay. And those who are new to the platform, they can join Mona Lisa Anatomy. This is the Telegram group of mine. So do join Mona Lisa Anatomy for updates of my free sessions. And you can ask your anatomy related doubt in the group also. Sometime only I just switch off no messages because some different people who are disturbing elements, they also enter into the group at times. Okay, and 6 p.m. timing is dedicated for first year students and next examination aspirants. Thank you. So yes, let's meet tomorrow exactly at 6 p.m. Thank you so much. Thank you.